just received a couple of Korg modules. I got a Op6 and a Wave State, and I dabble with trying to efficiently set up my system. And I recently got a 3D printer. I was looking for stand prints, and I was thinking about ways that I could maybe situate them. I'm still looking for a final home for them in my system, but messing around with the Korg ears, the rack ears, apparently you can put them into a couple different configurations and you can get yourself a pretty usable stand. And I think I could put 3 of their modules together into like a 3-tiered system. And I'm going to show you the 2-tier right now, and then you can, if you happen to have 3 of their modules, you can try it out with the rack ears and see how it works for you. But it's pretty stable, so let's take a look at it. All right, so this is probably not the final setup, but I wanted to show you the initial spot that I was looking for it. And so you can see I've got a keyboard here and push, and I want, when you're playing notes, you want to get next to the synth. And what we've got here is just on my big table. You can see that I've used the 2 sets of ears and configured them, 2 screws each, and I'll probably just place hold the next screws here just so I don't lose them. But it's pretty solid. I think, for this kind of configuration, the big test is, can you push on the top? Does it fall over? And you can see I get movement down here because I don't have, rubber on the bottom. So that's definitely an upgrade you could do, just some kind of double-sided tape. Single-sided tape on a rubber, some kind of rubber feed or rubber stripping. But you can see, no problem adjusting parameters. It's not wobbly. Moving knobs, going page, not being careful at all, and it's not wobbling. It's not about to flip over. Now, I did actually initially have this in a more vertical stand, so it's actually a little more vertical upright. And that one, this second screw here, definitely helps to stabilize it. What I'm actually going to do next is move this and see if I can get it midway. And the reason is so that I can sort of more closely match this angle, because that would allow me access to the stuff in the back, which, to be truthful, I don't really need access to. I don't use it a lot. Probably going to sell that stuff, but just like to have access to all my things. So let's reconfigure and check that out next. All right, so I've reconfigured and played with it for a little bit, and there's maybe another orientation or 2, but this is the one that I think makes the most sense, at least for a 2-unit setup. And because I don't have a 3rd module, I don't know if I could get a 3rd one to pop up here, but seems likely that you could get a 3rd one. So anyway, let me show you the sides here. I'll push them out. Kind of see that this is the brace for the back that angles it up, and it can't really, it's only got 1 point of contact, but it puts pressure here, so it's not going to go anywhere. And then over here, you can kind of see that this point and that point are the 2 points that angle this, and that connects over here. And you can see your panel is actually pressuring on here, so that's a point of contact, and so it's not ever going to move. Press all your buttons, move your knobs, press buttons. It does not tip over, it doesn't move. Everything seems okay on the usage, and I think that's, not too bad. It's fairly reasonable. Everything is located within reach. There's a slight recess here, but that's not too bad. And I think it's a good option. So if you don't feel like getting stands, you can definitely use the wings, reposition them in a couple of odd ways, and you can get a fairly usable 2-tier, and I think most likely 3-tier. I am awaiting a multi-poly, so I might do an update after I get that situated just to see if it's going to work out. So enjoy.